to pass a pre-employment personality test? Question. How do you take a pre-employment personality test? Answer. Very carefully. Do you never seem to be able to land a job because you do so poorly on those pre-employment personality tests? Despite the horrible ethical implications of using a computer to assess one's personality, companies believe in them and they are not going away anytime soon. Some will argue, there is no right or wrong answer. The test is a way to make sure the potential candidate is the best match for the company. In today's volatile job market, of course there is a right answer. The answer that gets you hired. In this article, you will learn the ins, outs, tricks, and pitfalls with taking these pre-employment screenings. First, you have to realize that the people making many of the major decisions in most companies are way out of touch with reality. Whoever makes the decision to implement personality tests for potential new hires is enticed by the supposed savings and increase in the overall quality of employees, and disregards that these tests are extremely flawed for several reasons. Almost any personality assessment you will ever take does not apply to the real world in the slightest bit, and we are going to explore why. When you are very close to being hired for a job, you will often face this one last hurdle. You will be required to log on to a site and take a timed, pre-employment personality test that is supposed to weed out the poor applicants and highlight the best man or woman for the job. It would be great if it worked that way, but unfortunately, as with all other standardized tests, you need to know how to answer the questions on these tests. Otherwise, you will get the question wrong. They told you that there is no right or wrong answers. I hope you did not believe that. It is a lie. There is only one right answer for each question, and this article will help you to identify what they are actually asking. That way, you can choose the best answer. It will not make all the answers crystal clear, but it will help to weed out the ones that are blatantly wrong. The first type of question you will encounter is the no-brainer. It is meant to establish that the test taker is not completely brain dead. A good example of a no-brainer is, I can count to 10. True or false? The correct answer is true. Obviously, you should not get any of these wrong, as long as you are paying attention. What are they really asking? Let us go through a couple of example true or false questions. I always love to be in large, noisy crowds. You may not always like to be in large, noisy crowds, so you might answer false. What they are really asking is whether or not you like people and can deal with it at work when it is busy. That makes the answer true. The next type of question is slightly trickier, wherein it gives you multiple outcomes which are equally socially acceptable, but tries to establish a personality type. The best thing to remember is that you are trying to establish that you are an outgoing, friendly person. Here are a couple of questions you will encounter. I like to be in a large crowd. True or false? The answer is true. Although the casual applicant may think that neither of these answers are undesirable and that there is no wrong answer. The hidden subtext of the question is trying to establish if you are an introvert or an extrovert. You of course want your prospective employer to think you are an extrovert. So answer true. This type of question may take several forms, so be on the lookout. Here are some more examples of questions like this and the correct answers. I like to be alone. True or false? The answer is false. I do not mind being the center of attention. True or false? The answer is true. I like going to big events with large crowds. True or false? The answer is true. Remember, you have to answer all of these questions in a similar manner to score the highest. I get along with everyone. No one gets along with everyone. Everyone knows this. If you are answering the test honestly, as you have been told to do, you will admit this. However, that is not really what they are asking. They are asking if you are able to get along with most people, especially customers and coworkers. Even if you do not, you will pretend to for the sake of your paycheck. Therefore, you need to answer this question and any one like it as true. Taking extra supplies home that we do not use at work is a good way to recycle. The word recycle sounds good, and many of us know that there are things that are never, ever used at work. However, without specific permission, you never, ever take anything from work. The answer to this is false. I know people who steal. We all do, right? Therefore, you think that you should answer true, but do not. What the question is really asking is, are you honest or do you hang out with thieves? That makes the correct answer false. Is it wrong for someone to escape conviction on a technicality? You may be inclined to say true. If someone is guilty, they should probably go to jail. However, what they are really asking is if you believe in our justice system. That would make the answer false. This last type of question is the epitome of corporate doublethink. Consider the following question. I know someone who has stolen something. True or false? The answer is false. Of course everyone knows someone who has stolen something, be it a friend, a coworker, or a shady uncle. So the average test taker would think, of course I do, everyone does, but what does that have to do with me getting a job here and today? Besides, they must think that if I put false, I'll be lying, and answer true. However, since people who are completely out of touch with reality design these tests, they assume that a quality candidate will truly not know anyone who has stolen anything. Or if a candidate does, he or she pretends to not know about it. The real question they are asking here is, I hang out with thieves. True or false? The answer is false.